What's going on, people? Fam and Sam here from TiCGN.com. Welcome to episode 33 of the Double XP podcast. If you are watching this live on my channel, it is much appreciated. If you guys are watching us now on the TiC Network channel, we're happy to be back because we know we've been on a hiatus on this channel, but we're happy to be back for you guys to hear us. We love to have different audiences in on this show. If you're listening on Podbean or iTunes, much appreciated for you guys. As always, wherever you listen, make sure you guys smack a like button, smack a subscribe button, smack a follow button. So you guys can be up to date and hear us everywhere you are. We're gonna start with the introductions today. We're gonna start off with my light-skinned brother from somebody else's mother, Mr. Nickodemus X.
Yo, what is good? It's Nico, the king of indies himself. It's good to be back in this bitch. I'm brighter than ever, lighter than ever. And I'm ready to get this thing started, man. Let's go.
You're all savage.
In this bitch.
Can't be
like that. We have guests and you're talking like that.
You can't be light skinned, trying to be savage, and then trying to hold back your laugh. Yeah. Like that wasn't gangster at all, bro.
You sound trying to be gangster though.
But speaking of gangster, I got a story to tell y'all later on about Nick, and y'all can be like, "Oh, he do got a little gangster," but we're gonna talk about that in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Next up, we got my right hand one man. Miss 2v1 herself.
Hey, y'all, this is Mamacita, where I promise to always keep it classy, Nickodemus.
Must be nice.
But thank y'all. I feel this is a special podcast for me tonight. I'm really excited to have the two guests. I know y'all probably say, "Y'all remember Mamacita? You always say that." But no, this is really special, and I'll explain that kind of a little later once we introduce our guests. But I'm really looking forward to tonight.
All right, next up, Crunk Girl. What's happening?
She gone.
Mike muted.
What's going on, y'all? My thing was stuck for a second. Google trip. What's happening, everybody? Y'all already know who it is. Your favorite gamer girl, Crunk Girl 711, back ready to talk about some of the games, man. A lot of things going on. And before we even start, I want to say one thing real quick. I had a friend of mine pass away yesterday. My boy Noyo, he died from breast cancer yesterday. So,
oh man, sorry to hear that.
Wait a minute, who?
A friend of mine named Noyo. You might know him.
Not from Twitter.
Yeah, Noyo.
Wait a minute.
That Noyo.
That was in Texas?
Yes.
No. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll talk.
All right.
Rest in peace to my man. I've been knowing him for about
I know you're for
now. So yeah, man, rest in peace to him and his family and all that stuff. So
okay.
And we do have two guests today, but I don't think I could do them any favor in the introduction. So since Mamacita brought these two to me, it was like, yo, we need to get these two on the show. So I'm gonna let Mamacita introduce our two guests today.
Okay, well, oh wow, well, where do I start? Okay, you know what? Let me start with Andrew. I want to welcome you here. Andrew and I met actually a couple of months ago. I think it was right before E3 or during E3, and I think you hit me up and we were talking. And I know you have a show with Miss DJ M, I believe. So you're kind of doing your thing, and we just kind of been talking and chatting and about coming on to Double XP. So he's like one of my newfound friends, and welcome to the show. And of course, and then Travis. Where do I even start? Let's see. We met at a code camp for Windows Phone about 6 years ago, I believe. And we've been doing meetups like a couple of times a year. We've stayed in contact, and you were the first person who invited me to podcast. He has a website called the Xbox website, The Inn, and he invited me to podcast with him a couple of years ago. So that's kind of how I start podcasting. So thanks, Travis, who's freelancing. And you still with Gotta Be Mobile, right?
Well, technically I'm with Page 8 Media, but I still write for Gotta Be Mobile and a couple other different websites.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and the end.
Well, on that note, I'm gonna start with you and let you introduce yourself and what you do and tell us all that good stuff, and then Andrew.
Okay. Well, sorry, I did not fair introduction. My name is Travis. I have nothing of actual coolness to say like anybody else except for I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Okay. All right. You're an Xbox MVP though.
But yeah. So I started out in the business actually covering music and writing about Zune back in the day, and then when that folded, by then I'd already gotten the Xbox bug, and I moved over to Xbox. And so right now I am currently serving Xbox MVP, and have been since 2012, I think 2012 or 2013. But mostly I write about entertainment and video games at night, and during the day I'll write about iPhones and things that like nobody else really cares about, basically.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Travis. And Mr. Andrew.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me. First and foremost, my name is Andrew, also known as Uriah on Twitter. I've been podcasting since 2009, August of 2009. So it's going to be about 8 years this past August. We're in the month right now. Just enjoy tech, gaming, and entertainment, and definitely appreciate the invite to the show. And we added Miss DJM Daniela at episode 340. We're at 367 right now. It's been a wonderful journey, and I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you bringing that radio DJ voice to the podcast tonight.
Thank you so much for being
here.
Yo, he put a little extra on that.
Right.
Calm down.
What extra am I putting in on that? I'm just giving the brother a little bit of props.
Okay, you're making me a little jealous, Mom.
I'm just glad to be here.
Okay, well, you know what? Listen,
he leaned into the microphone.
You can bring the green. Is it the green dragon?
I can make my voice deep as well, Mamacita.
No, you can't. Yeah, try. Go. Let me see you do it. Go ahead.
What's going on, Ma? How you doing today? It's me. It's me, the King of Indies.
That is so weak.
See,
before we get started with the topics, I will let you guys know.
See, I can compete with the best of them. Okay. Just saying.
If you guys are on Twitter and you follow me and follow TiC Podcast, TiC Game Network, you guys know that our Patreon will be going up fairly soon. And one of the things we're doing with the Patreon is TiC at Night. There's going to be 3 shows. And one of the shows is the Double XP After Show. I know you guys heard us talking about it. We've been talking about doing this for a while. But one of the TiC at Night shows is Double XP After Dark. You guys are not going to want to miss this. You guys are definitely going to want to sign up for the Patreon and definitely be a part of a tier that gets you access to TiC at Night, because the Double XP After Dark will be worth your time, your effort, and your ears will melt. Now, we're going to start with this whole Bethesda and Game of Thrones thing, because we were recently updated with some news that this may not be what we thought it was. Now, we originally heard that, or originally saw there was a listing from Target about a Game of Thrones video game being made by Bethesda, and everyone began to freak out because, one, everyone loves Bethesda. Well, most people love Bethesda, and number 2, most people love Game of Thrones. It's one of the hottest things going right now. So we just recently heard, thanks to Mamacita giving us some little info before the show, that this may not be the case. So I want to get y'all's thoughts on, number 1, if it's real, would you have any interest? And number 2, now that we're hearing that it's not real, are you disappointed? Let's start with Travis, since he has a little bit of insight about this whole situation with Target.
So before I was I was a lowly retail worker for a long time. And so one of the things I find interesting is that Target is coming out so vehemently and denying this, and also pointing out the fact that like no such product exists. I've heard a couple people mention that like, oh, it maybe exists and Target's just denying it because, you know, they're just worried about something. But I can tell you from firsthand experience that there can be things in a POS system, specifically Target's POS system, that don't exist that make it in there anyway, because the people who work there have bad senses of humor. So, for example, a few things that have ended up in their POS system: Strepsils. There was, I don't know how explicit I can get here, but there was an entire set of SKUs dedicated to reach arounds, for example. And so, like, depending on what mood you're in and what position you have, you can't put anything in there, which does kind of lead credence to their explanation that it may not be real. Now, that being said, I think they're full of crap in this particular instance, because nobody just comes up with Bethesda's making a Game of Thrones game. But, you know, like, they've got plausible deniability.
So you believe it's real, and they're just trying to keep it under wraps?
I do. I don't. I mean, like it kind of. It's all about like, is it plausible or not, right? Like, who just comes up with Bethesda's making a Game of Thrones game, right? Like out of the blue. I mean, I wouldn't have thought to do that. Of course. That being said, I don't like Game of Thrones. I've never seen an episode of it, so there's that.
Blasphemy.
I also have never seen Game of Thrones.
That's double blasphemy.
I haven't either.
Triple blasphemy.
I just actually started watching it.
I have an excuse.
I heard there's too much man-on-man butt sex in there.
But that's okay, Nick. You know that. You know what? Never mind.
See, you the last person
I'm
to
just
talk
saying.
about that. All right.
But what are you talking about? You know how I get down.
You say you jump ship.
You know, Knack 2 came out. You know how I get down. You better get ready. You better get ready for
2 minutes, bro. 2 minutes. Anyway. Anyway.
I've never seen it because I'm not paying HBO $15 for cable. Like, that's my reasoning. Like, I hear
things. Who pays for anything nowadays, sir?
This man said pay. Fucking like a true criminal. Like a true criminal.
You know what? I ain't gonna even front lie to you. I'm a true criminal.
Hey.
Fire stick all day long.
I can't do it, man. The guilt eats me alive. Like the last time I pirated something, JT was on his first album. Like those are like Timbaland was still popular.
Really?
JT was on his first album, and people had respect for the last name Bush. That's how long it's been.
Yeah. So like ages ago. Damn, that's historical.
Like, I feel guilty, dog. Like I've looked at it and been like I go to the Pirate Bay and I'm like, nah, I can't do it, right? Like, then I can't do it.
That's when YouTube was biblical, man. You could find whole movies on YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
So, Andrew, man, what you thinking about this Game of Thrones game? If it's real, what do you think about it? And if it's not real, do you care that were your hopes shattered, your dreams crushed, sir?
No, I'm excited actually. Whenever we hear rumors and even things to speculate on, right? It's always great conversation. I'm at season 3 right now for Game of Thrones, so I'm behind. But at the same time, I guess you guys can correct me on the fact that when we heard Fallout 4, that was during a press conference. That was during the E3 press conference, right? Yeah,
they announced Fallout 4 a couple of months before they released it.
Right. So things like that, when we see those things happening, I think that, we should just be, aware. And we are, because we look at the news and stuff all the time. So I'm excited. So if it actually happens, I think it'd be a good move. And they're used to big worlds like Skyrim and stuff like that. So I don't think that'd be a surprise if we actually see something like that.
Okay.
This man Andrew looked like he'd been doing podcasting for 10 years. That's a professional ass dude right here.
We think Andrew like to do the intro for Double XP. Like we want to sample his voice.
Hire this man.
Double XP.
Hire this man. Get this man the Patreon money.
Now we gotta get some Patreon money first.
Wait, why we gotta put our business out there like that? Okay.
I mean, I'm just trying to keep it real.
Damn, you gotta tell everybody we broke? Shit. We ain't never gonna get no talent on this damn show. Y'all some truthful ass criminals. Honest ass criminals.
Now, why y'all here robbing folks, man? I'm broke, folks. I'm broke.
Oh man.
All right, so Nick, Crunk, any thoughts on this? I know you guys don't really watch Game of Thrones, so
yeah, let Ma take this.
I watch Game of Thrones.
Ma watch it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Ma, if it's real, are you excited? And if it wasn't real, are you disappointed?
Well, listen. First of all, you already know how I feel about Bethesda and the Elder Scrolls series, anyway. Okay. First of all, so let me just say this: if it is true that Bethesda will be making an open world RPG in the style of Skyrim, I would say, you know what? This is just true epicness at its finest. Okay, you can't get a better developer. I mean, I can only imagine the environment. I can only imagine the capabilities. Oh my gosh! Of course, we can already say expect bugs. All right, if this thing is real. But go on, I don't give a rats, but about bugs, okay, in Bethesda games, because most of them aren't game breaking. Well, I take that back. Some of them were game breaking until a couple of updates, but I can deal with that. I can deal with it. But yeah, I when I first heard it, I was like, wow, okay, I can't wait. And this probably won't come out to 2025, but I'll wait for it.
That's true.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, we hear things a lot of times. I mean, we've been hearing that Xbox is going to remake Ninja Gaiden or whatever, right?
Oh,
that hasn't come to pass, right? We've been hearing now. We've hearing about the SOCOM, the PlayStation might be remaking that series.
Yeah, I've been hearing that off and on for a while. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. Rumors are always thrown out there. I think sometimes to just get us all up in a frenzy and to kind of see how we react to it, perhaps. But for someone to list, and was it an actual? This listing, was it like a game, like the cover artwork of a game, or was it just text listing? Like, does anyone know how the initial posting was? And Travis, I mean, you work at Target, so when someone releases something, would they actually show artwork or release this as like a physical copy of a game, or?
No. So usually what happens with something that early, theoretically, is you just input you have to assign it a SKU so that you can track it in your system, right? But you put very little information. So it's usually text with a site description so that somebody who's informed knows exactly what it is, right? So the merchandiser comes in and says, hey, here's a SKU, here's a brief description of what it is, and inputs it in the system, but doesn't tell anybody that they input it in the system.
Okay.
And so you don't get artwork or anything like that. That usually comes honestly, artwork comes pretty late in the cycle, depending on who you are. But like, that's what makes it so confusing, right? It's like, this could be real and Target could be full of crap when they deny it. But on the other hand, it really could be somebody at Target who has a very great sense of humor. Or a sick sense of humor, depending on how much you really want this game.
Look, don't play with me when it comes to that, because I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I'll do some things for a Game of Thrones game.
What happened?
I'm telling you, I would do some things. I would start doing
where's
cartwheels.
this podcast going right now?
I mean, I'll start doing cartwheels. I don't know where y'all guys. I'm talking about going outside and doing some flips or something. Cartwheels or something. Do a backflip.
Whatever.
Outside.
I reserve backflips for Halo 6, but I would say that I'd be interested in trying it. Like, I'd give it a try. I'm never going to watch the TV shows, but Bethesda makes great games.
Yeah.
That's going to be a hell of a show when that game comes out, that After Dark show. I'm going to see what things you about to do.
I just see you trying to expose me. Well, we'll find out in After Dark.
Knack 1 and 2 put together.
Oh my gosh, putting my business out here in the street.
Yo, like people be hitting me up. You know what? Never mind. We're gonna talk about this in After Dark. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut up. We're gonna talk about this in After Dark. So that means if you're trying to hear the After Dark, hop up on that Patreon, G. September 1st, Patreon will be up for you guys to join. So we're gonna actually switch topics. So not too long ago, Digital Foundry put out some screenshots of Rise of the Tomb Raider. They put out a screenshot of Laura looking up for it was an Xbox One X version, a PS4 Pro version, and a PC version. And so the internet went into a frenzy because the Xbox One X version seems to have had better textures and have some different assets in it. And so everyone all of a sudden became Inspector Gadget.
Inspector Gadget.
So we now that it is uncovered that what really was going on is that if Laura was hurt before that scene, that's when you got those assets in for that scene or whatnot. But when you still look at the comparison, the pictures side by side, the Xbox One X version still looks greatly. That's not a proper sentence. It still looks better than the PS4 Pro version. And think about all the things that are coming to it, and hearing about all the updates that it has gotten. It seems as if the Xbox One X right out the bat is beginning to flex its muscle. And I want to know what you guys think about this. Will this be an ongoing trend where you could definitively see the Xbox One X version is the better version?
Hey, let me go first. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be real nice tonight. Okay. I definitely think the Xbox One X version looks better, for the record, than the PS4 Pro version. I think what's going to happen is this community and these gamers and stuff comparing the Xbox One X version to PC games is going to really trip them up. Because if you look at that whole ordeal that was going on, people totally bypassed the PS4 Pro version in comparison to Xbox One X version. And they were all about comparing it to PC and saying how the Xbox One X version rivals PC and all that stuff. So it became a Xbox One X versus PC thing rather than an Xbox One X versus PS4 Pro thing. And, I think that, Microsoft themselves, they're not trying to go at PC like that, but like the fans and the community, they seem to be always wanting to go at PC. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to win against PC. You're just not. So I wish everybody would just keep this console versus console, and leave PC out of it, honestly. The Xbox One X is not designed to go up against high-end PCs and things like that. You're going to lose.
But that's what we're hearing a lot. I want to say there was an article to put out recently that they were saying Microsoft it wants you compared to the Xbox One to a high-end PC, which I believe is absolutely asinine.
See, that's the.
But is it fair? Is that fair to say Microsoft is doing that? I mean, Digital Foundry put the pictures up and put the PC up there, guys. All right, that wasn't Microsoft doing that.
Okay, but on the other end of that, right? Like Digital Foundry got access to the Xbox One X because of Microsoft, right? And there has to be some agreement that, like, Microsoft had to have seen at least the story topics beforehand, right? Like, that's how it works. If you're doing the undercover PR work, or if you're getting access to things early, there are certain standards about what are you going to publish, what are you thinking about your ideas, and that kind of stuff. And my understanding
my
understanding is Microsoft wants it compared to the PC. Mm-hmm. But that's just me.
Just really quick, because I want to make sure I get this out before you finish your statement so we can make sure we're on the same page. So instead of this article from WCCF Tech, instead of comparing the Xbox One X to PS4 Pro, Microsoft uncoupled mid-cycle console refreshments comparable to current high-end PCs. This is one bold statement, but one of the Microsoft's head of Xbox operations and general manager of Xbox services, Dave McCarthy, wasn't afraid to make an October 27th issue of official Xbox Magazine UK. So in the Xbox Magazine that's about to come out, one of the general managers at Xbox is saying you need to compare it to a high-end PC and not a PS4 Pro. I think this is a horrible,
that's bad, man.
horrible move.
It is. I don't know why they would go up against like high-end PCs like that. You should keep it in the console family. Like your primary competition is PlayStation, is it not? Like, I don't understand why they're going after PC. PC is so broad and so open. Like, dude.
If I can recall, didn't Sony say that Microsoft Xbox wasn't their competition, that the PC was?
Yes, they did.
All right, then. So once you
Microsoft isn't saying it's competition.
No, this is a whole different thing. PlayStation is the fucking king. PlayStation's the fucking king. Microsoft needs to compete with PlayStation.
But what I'm saying is, if Sony designated the PC as their competition, what are they saying? Then you should compare the PS4 and the PS4 Pro to the PC.
That's asinine too. That's stupid too.
That's even worse.
I'm gonna again be that weirdo. But I think what's happening here is you guys are looking at it from the logical gamer perspective, but I think it needs to be looked at from the profit side of this, right? And where the growth is. And Xbox and PlayStation are doing very well. But PC gaming has seen an explosion, and people willing to leave consoles to go to PC. That's just happening. And the reason why we know it's happening is because high-end to mid-range gaming PCs are one of the only signs of growth in the PC industry, right? Lenovo now has a gaming line, right? Dell has Alienware. Everybody has a gaming line. And so I think what Microsoft and Sony and Microsoft are trying to do is they're trying to say, don't leave a console, right? You can get this safety, you can get the security that having a console offers while getting the performance of the PC. And I think that's what the comparison is coming from. Now, whether that comparison makes sense when you look at it side by side with graphics is something different. But I understand the market forces that are pushing them that way.
I kind of understand and I don't, because I know Microsoft has been pushing to put a lot of their games on PC. So why would you try to go up against PC?
I don't think they're going against PC. What they're saying is
that's a good point.
What they're saying is, hey, don't try to PS4 Pro, like we look at us as a high-end PC. I don't think they're doing it as far as competition. What they're saying is, look at my console as a high-end PC, not something like that thing down there, the PS4 Pro. That's what they're saying.
I believe most gamers don't look at it that way anyway. The only people who look at that type of stuff is mostly us, and it's just because we're in the business of having to pay attention to that stuff. Most of the people don't care. I hated when PS4 did it. I don't like before I came on YouTube, I didn't give two shits about PC at all. I didn't care. So it kind of changes your brain once you like, especially when you're in the industry and you have to pay attention to these things. It kind of dwarfs your mindset a little bit when you have to care about it.
I just think PC is
now I didn't give two fucks about.
I just think compared to console, PC is in a league of their own, and honestly, a console is a closed box at the end of the day. You know, no matter how much you try to upgrade these mid-gen refreshes, it's a closed box. So like PC is just so free, it's open, so you're not going to be able to compete directly with PC. I can understand trying to, you know, persuade console gamers to stay in the console market and all that stuff, but you can't compete directly with PC. There's just no freaking way.
But the thing about that openness, so the thing about the console being a closed box, Nickodemus, is that Microsoft and Sony, they can optimize for one system where everybody has the same experience from generation to generation. Whereas PC, there are different PCs. There are low end, high end GPUs, CPUs, graphic cards. There's so much different ways to optimize, which is why people choose to game on console, because they don't want to have to go in and update drivers or graphics cards every 2 or 3 years or whatever. And that's not a knock against PC gaming, because you do whatever you have to do to get the best experience. And we can all agree that that's where your best, as far as graphics and resolution, frame rates, we know what PC gaming is, and it is in a category by itself. But let's not pretend that console gaming has not progressed and moved forward. And that's a Microsoft and Sony thing.
I'm with you on that. That's why I'm a console gamer.
It has progressed, but I feel like some people feel like consoles will be like PCs in that realm one day, and I'm like, y'all do know that once the consoles grow, PCs grow 10 times faster. Well, you're always going to play catch up.
Well, the catch up thing is true, but I think there's two things there. First, console gamers console gamers care about graphics, right? But like console gaming has always been a compromise between graphics and ease of use, right? And so as long as they can push it a little bit more in the graphics department and maintain the ease of use thing, I get it. As far as Microsoft pushing Windows PCs and Xbox at the same time, I have to be honest. I think some days Microsoft doesn't care whether you play a game on PC or Xbox. They only care whether you play it on Xbox Live.
Facts.
That's true.
You know, I can get behind, right? At the end of the day, for them, it's all about just getting the right gamers in the right place and on the right service. Now, as far as Tomb Raider goes, I thought Rise of Tomb Raider already looked like a pretty damn great looking game. Even on my poor man's 35-inch TV when I played it the first time. So like, I'm pretty excited. And I haven't pre-ordered an Xbox One X, so don't quote me on that. But like, I think it looks great. I'm excited.
All right, so let's make the point, right? When we think of especially games like Call of Duty, the words that we're hearing a lot, right, for Call of Duty is boots on the ground, right? Mm-hmm. Because they want us to know for sure that when you play this game, this is what you're getting. We're going back so we can get you back, right? So they're doing that. So when I actually saw the clip for that particular video for Rise of the Tomb Raider, the one thing that stuck out for me is the subtle marketing in that video by Digital Foundry is the very fact that this is the most powerful console ever built. That's really the subtle marketing in that whole video. I didn't see anything else. I didn't see any pixels. I didn't see any graphics. All I saw was the fact that everything they've been saying about this console, whether you think they have games or not coming in the fall, is that is the most powerful console. And it's going to stand next to some of the things that we may consider more powerful, like a PC or even a PlayStation 4 Pro. But at the end of the day, it's really the marketing that's going to push the console of this is power and we want you to have it. And this is what it's going to be doing. And Digital Foundry is helping with that, even with their marketing. That's what I see.
Yeah.
You think Microsoft is paying them? Because don't we think of Digital Foundry?
I don't think so.
Unbiased.
Well, I don't think so. I think what's
a
happening is
lot of people
right?
It's actually proving their case, really. It's actually proving Xbox case that what they've been advertising, whether you like their recent showcase at Gamescom or not, they're offering something that you want. You just don't know you want it yet. So as these videos come out, comparison videos and the like, you're going to see that this is something that you may want to really consider, even though you may not necessarily buy it this year, but you're going to buy it regardless. And I think with the Xbox Anywhere stuff, the promoting the fact that Xbox Live is great, promoting that versus actual PlayStation numbers, right? Because that's what they're promoting on their end. And I think that every company right now are making sure that they're true to their own identity. And that's what we're getting from them.
PlayStation promoting numbers in games because that's what the games are.
Pardon me?
I said PlayStation promoting numbers and games because that's what the games are.
Right, correct. You're right. They're selling the 2-to-1 in the games. Absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Oh, and also the shout out to the chat. They have just nicknamed you the Dark Nick, Andrew. It's because
Lord have mercy.
It's because you wear glasses and you're darker than me.
Wow, the Dark Nick is...
The Dark Nick is speaking. That's what he said.
What?
Dark Nick.
Yo, I'm done.
Well,
that's the chat.
Other stuff, dog.
That's the chat, dog. Not me.
Wow. Other stuff, man.
You can't even be paying for the gas.
That's not me. That's the chat.
Oh.
That was interesting.
Damn, read the chat. I didn't say it.
It really is in the chat. That's why I'm so like,
he didn't have to say it on the podcast, though.
Sorry,
you know, he could have just let it slide. Goodness.
But while we're here, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, listen, here's my thing. I don't know how many times I need to say that I don't care. I personally don't care who has the best, the most powerful, whatever. I don't even care which system has the most games because I'm going to play whatever the heck I want to play regardless. And I don't care what system it's on. All right. I am not a PC gamer, but I play games that are on the PC. Okay. So, you know, I'm like this. You know, sometimes we get caught up in the stupidity of fanboy conversations and we let a certain percentage of the community speak for the whole. Guess what? The whole isn't listening to us. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but you know, I'm just saying the whole community. And when I say us, I don't mean double XP. I'm just talking about the little talking stuff, the stuff that and it's good conversation to have. But for the most part, everybody that bought the PS4 was buying it in the beginning because that was the best system. That was the most powerful system to play your games on. And we know that most people that bought the games for the PS4 were playing COD, FIFA, 2K. Let's just be for real. That's
what they have the casual market locked down.
Right. And it's not us.
Killzone.
Well, yeah. Oh dear, don't say that. Okay, don't tell nobody that.
Religiously.
No, I'm just joking. Play what you play. I'm just.
We were both playing that. Me and BG were both playing it.
But we know that. But see, my thing is, where are the casuals going to go with the Xbox One X? I am curious. I'm wondering for those that went to PS4 because it was the most powerful. Are they going to come back or come home or migrate to the One X?
Well, then you get the argument model. People gonna say, well, it wasn't really because of the power, it was because of the DRM. I mean, you're gonna get that kickback from people asking that question. They were talking about, I left because of DRM. I left because they talked about TV.
To be honest, it probably was a little bit of everything, but we'll find out in November.
That is true. I don't think that the PS4 would have had a 2-to-1 if not for that. But I think that for those that cared about playing where the best version of the game was, I don't think that, you know, DRM wasn't an issue for them. We know that that's why a number of people did leave Xbox One because of that. But for those that it was because of power and that was it, you know, I don't know. But we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, we will find
out. Because to be honest with you, PS4 wasn't selling because of Killzone Nickodemus. It wasn't selling because of Nickodemus. It was selling because of COD and FIFA and 2K.
I bought my PS4 with Killzone, fam.
Yeah.
Well, I
Mhm.
know why I bought
Did you
mine.
finish it?
At least not the first year, I would say. Let me
know
make
why
sure I add that.
Yeah, the
I
first
bought
year.
mine because this was my first time buying a console on day one. You know what I'm saying? It was my first time buying a console on day one.
You go, girl.
That PS3 was like $600. Girl was not paying that, so I waited like till 2009 to get a PS3. So that's why I bought mine day one. And also the fact that PlayStation, most of the time, I really don't be looking toward a whole shit ton of games at the beginning of the generation. It's like mid-gen towards the end.
Nobody in their right mind does, Crunk.
I know I don't, but I bought it because I had the money and this was my first time being able to buy a console day one. So.
But didn't the Xbox One have the most exclusives in the beginning of the generation?
In the beginning, I believe Xbox had the better launch lineup, and at the beginning, I think Xbox had the better game. So you look at that. When people say, "Oh, it's been about the game since day one," not really, G, because the Xbox had better games throughout this gen. I think it's a combination of, like Crump says, a combination of the power. I'm talking about TV or whatever the case may be, but as far
price too,
and price point.
Yeah.
But as far as the games go, when the gen started, Xbox had a better lineup. And anybody who says otherwise, I don't know what you've been smoking.
Well, I think the problem is when this generation ends, will we still be saying that Microsoft has a better lineup? Because
no,
the exclusives looking scarce.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'm already cross-eyed now. They already got me looking at.
Lord.
I'm cross-eyed and they got me looking at Spider-Man differently. So I don't know what to say. Like, you know, I gotta be
37 minutes in.
I gotta be real. Come 2018, hey, I may be a 3-console household too. I mean, I like Halo, but there's only so much Halo I can play. Sunset Overdrive, I finished it, and to be perfectly honest, Gears of War, I wasn't feeling it.
Come on over to the light. Come on over to Black Jesus.
Hold on, let's ask Chocolate Rain over here with the PlayStation shirt on. What made you go PlayStation this gen with your goddamn PlayStation shirt on?
I went PlayStation because
that's a real man right there.
Simplicity of the menus, right? So PlayStation 3 sold me with Uncharted, and when I finally got that, I started playing that system. It was around the time where they had the blackout. They were hacked. That's when I got the PlayStation 3. But even then, I had a lot of time to look through the menus because I didn't have anything better to do, right? Because I couldn't do anything. So the PlayStation 3 menu system really sold me to get the PlayStation 4. When I got the PlayStation 4, Uncharted there again, simplicity of menus, not necessarily design of console. The updates were manageable, right? And now, not necessarily now, even in the process of watching Xbox try to clean up their menu system to be simple and more intuitive, and not necessarily, we are technically dreading the 3.5 gig updates almost every other week. That at least that's the way it feels, right? To update the actual system to where PlayStation is just in terms
of G,
software.
are you in a preview program?
I
am.
You can't complain about that, G. If you're in a preview program, you know what you signed up for. You can't be mad about that.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm not saying that I'm mad. I'm not saying that I'm necessarily mad at it. It's the process is still annoying, right? It's still annoying. So when I look at even the menu system in terms of simplicity and lifestyle, the way I enjoy turning on systems and going through applications and stuff like that, I think that really sold me more for the PlayStation platform. Now, I do have both, right? I do have the PlayStation 4 and I do have the Xbox One. There's still games on Xbox One that I can't play on a PlayStation platform, obviously. So I still go back and check those out. And I do enjoy the platform and how far they've come to make it as easy as it is with the fact that they're transitioning to the Xbox One X. I appreciate that. And I think recent news that they're discontinuing the Xbox One, right? That's recent news.
The OG, big fella.
Right, which I have. So that's really what really got my attention now when I'm playing. And of course, you know, certain exclusive with Destiny stuff, because that's one of my favorite games, you know, to date. And also Halo, as I believe Travis mentioned. So that kind of a thing.
Same way.
I think everyone can agree, even people who do not have an Xbox. I think everyone can agree that Microsoft has worked their butt off to turn things around. You know,
I disagree.
Oh, what?
I mean, think about it. I mean, unless the only thing, and I know it is the most important thing for anybody to comment and say, but that's the most important. I know it's the most important thing, but the only thing that they're missing is a constant barrage of games. Because look at it, they're feature-wise, Microsoft is ahead of the game on Sony on feature wise. That can't be. I mean, that's not even a comparison with digital refunds, backwards compatibility, cross-play with Nintendo Switch. Feature-wise, Microsoft is in a league of its own when it comes to Sony.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
Feature-wise, yes.
Okay,
agreed.
I'm gonna say this. Like, okay, so I don't own a PlayStation, right? But because I write about video games all the time, I know a little bit about how crossbar and the thing works. I would make the argument first that the Xbox interface that we have now today in preview, even though it's been worked hard, it's not actually that good.
But we're talking about features, G. I was talking about features.
So even features, right? We can do features too, right? So perfect example, SharePlay is available only on PlayStation, right? SharePlay is the coolest feature I've ever seen in gaming, and I would say the last 5 years.
Nobody really using that though, fam.
No, and on top of that, what has Sony done? What have they like? When people bring up SharePlay and the share button, that was there since day one, right? But what are they bringing to the table on a consistent basis? Like it's status quo. Yes, they're giving the games, and that's the most important thing. I get that, but I'm talking about as far as feature wise, Xbox is constantly bringing new and better features that you can't find nowhere else.
Xbox is constantly bringing you a new design that you can't find anywhere else.
But that has nothing to do with features. I'm talking about the features.
But that's my point. What's the last decent feature that is not in preview right now that you can honestly say changed the way you game on Xbox? I love
digital refunds. Digital refunds because I went way more digital.
Travis,
I went way more digital than I
your Xbox MVP card.
No, because Microsoft does great work, right? And I believe in rewarding great work when it's necessary. But in this particular instance, right here, right now on this podcast, I am perfectly willing to say that over the last, I would say 6 months, Microsoft hasn't moved the needle in features. That being said, I don't use a digital refunds thing because when I buy a game, I buy a game. I don't. And
we know game gifting is coming. Game gifting is coming.
But it's
on the way.
Yet. I'm talking about what have you done for me lately,
okay, but here's the thing. You brought up features. Hold on, you brought up features talking about, well, PlayStation had SharePlay. Nigga, this ain't 2013.
Okay.
Right. But wait a minute, you prop up SharePlay at the same time. Hold on, you prop up SharePlay, but at the same time, you talk down on digital refunds, which isn't that old. Game gifting, which is coming. You talk down on those, but then you praise SharePlay as if that's a brand new feature. So, which one you mad at? Because you brought up. Well, when's the last time Xbox brought something? When's the last time PlayStation brought anything? But you still praise it. That's a catch-22, my G.
Can I say the N-word next?
My bad.
What? I'm sorry.
I think that we can.
You guys are great. You guys are great. I love it.
Isn't there a pending PlayStation update right now? I think it might be 3.5.
And there's nothing in it.
What is 3.5 at?
Is it 5.0? PlayStation 5.0?
I don't know. I may be.
There's nothing in it. That's a lie.
What?
I know for some of the people who run tournaments, they gotta they're actually fixing the communities where you can draw up your tournaments and all that stuff. I think that's dope.
Yeah, but the topic is
for me. I don't care if they ever do anything to it ever again because I got what I wanted when they did their huge update. I think it was last year. As long as they continue updating Share Factory, I'm good. I don't really care about them updating anything else.
Like,
I just don't see how you can down talk Xbox bringing features, but then praise SharePlay.
Let me be clear. I want to be very clear. I am not down talking the features that Xbox has. What I am saying is in the last year to 2 years, Microsoft has sort of specifically focused on providing new UIs, right? New user interfaces and taking away features, right? So, for example, I happen to be one of those people who like entertainment. The one guide is gone. I happen to be one of those people who like to be able to see the game I'm working on while I'm looking at the dashboard. That's gone. I like to be able to multitask so I can watch TV and play games at the same time, which was unique on the Xbox, and it is gone, right? I'm not saying that Microsoft doesn't have great features. I'm not saying that they don't work hard. I'm saying that, to me, the onus right now has been put squarely on the Xbox One X and the software update that Microsoft is cooking up right now. And that means that the features we're getting are things like 4K video playback. If you don't have an Xbox One X and you don't plan on getting an Xbox One X, the only thing that this update adds is some new options for Arena and a new interface. And I don't think that the new interface is that much better than the existing one. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and I get what you're saying. So if you're, what I don't think I'm saying is going by your tone of what you're saying. It seems as if you're down on what Xbox is bringing as far as feature wise. You're down on that, but the very first thing you did was praise the oldest PlayStation feature, SharePlay. That's all I'm
Nah,
saying.
That's not what I'm saying.
nah, that's not that. In fact, I have to say, because that's not where he's at, and just giving your opinion on how you feel about something isn't down in anything, because we've all, this is the thing is, Travis, you and I have had conversations. We've had some wonderful debates about this, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So I know exactly. And then you got to understand too, and I don't have to speak for you, Travis, and I know I don't, because you've been an Xbox MVP, and you've been writing on Microsoft and Xbox and Windows for like years. So you know their features and content so much more than I ever could. But I've challenged you over the years. You know, we've had our rather heated debates about these things. And I couldn't see what you're saying, because a lot of the features that you use weren't important to me. I didn't use. And I would say, well, I never used when the snap feature. But that was pretty huge for some people. They liked watching YouTube in the background and playing games. The one guy, that wasn't a big deal for me, but for you and a lot of other people. But there are features, what I hear, because I always say that my Xbox has, to me, better features, and they do compared to PlayStation. As much as I love SharePlay, and I have ringed the bell so many times about it, but I have to say, when it comes to far as the consumer and when I'm, for instance, only on Xbox can I buy a game. And for every game that I buy, and mind you, not every game, but number of the games that I purchase, Microsoft gives me a percentage of that money back. So at any given moment, I can go into my Microsoft account and I have money. Yeah, for rewards. Yeah. And then Xbox, come on, we get Xbox Live
Xbox
Gold.
Too. Yeah.
I haven't paid for Xbox Live Gold, Travis, since what, 2013?
I'm not saying that there aren't good features. All I'm saying is, what have you done for me lately? That's what I'm saying.
So let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that real quick. All right. So August 28th, 2017, the newest Xbox Live update now lets you do a co-streaming thing up to 3 friends, right, together on Mixer. That's fairly new, right? That was August 28th, 2017. As far as PlayStation is concerned, because we were going back and forth on that, you have a 5.0 update. They did a 1080p, 60 frames per second broadcasting for a PlayStation Pro. They did that. They updated something on the family, on the PSN. Friends list management was changed. Some message improvements were added. Notification updates were added. So both systems and both companies are trying to do stuff that's going to benefit, right, the end user, right? So the co-streaming thing, I think, is great. But am I going to use it? Probably not, because I don't stream on Mixer as of right now. But I know from what I've seen, Mamacita, you're pretty active on Mixer when it comes to streaming there. So you may find some benefits for that particular thing. So both companies, so as far as Travis is saying, what have you done for me lately? The Mixer thing may not necessarily speak to you, but it's definitely a new update according to their recent news as of August 28th.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm okay. So I'm fair with Mixer, right? But what I'm trying to say is basically what I'm saying is, do you like the new UI? Do you consider the new UI a feature? That's what I'm asking.
No.
Okay.
So basically, it sounds to me, Travis, like the things that they got rid of are things that you actually used and enjoyed, and you're
that's true. But
I'm not going to use, and you're kind of mad that they got rid of some of the features that you liked, or some of the, like the snap feature. I know a bunch of people who were mad at that. Now they're over it. They're like,
yeah.
Really quick before you answer, I just want to say this. You guys in the chat need to know this is a debate show. We are all not supposed to agree with each other. Too expensive debate show. So if you guys in the comment section who are really embedded into this console war, picking a side and want to do all this nonsense, you will get banned off this channel in a heartbeat. This is a debate show. I got people on this panel who do not agree with each other, and that is the point of this show. So if you guys cannot handle that, bye, Felicia. My bad. You guys can keep going.
Damn.
So you present a valid point, right? So what you're saying is I cared about those features, right? But the greater good cost me those features, right? And so what I'm saying is that I have to give up the features that I liked in order for someone else to get the features that they needed, or to increase speed, I think was one of the problems with the Xbox One. You know, like, I'm okay with that. No, I feel like nobody should be left behind though, right? And the features that are happening, like co-streaming, which is cool, and I want to be, co-streaming and Mixer are great. Mixer is awesome, but I don't use Mixer. And every time I try to watch Mixer, usually doing a press event, it fails. All I'm saying is A, I don't know about this new UI, and B, I feel like right now we're in maintenance mode leading up to the Xbox One X launch, and we're not getting the exciting features that we were getting in the first 3 years. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I can honestly say from our conversations, Travis, that I've always said to you, I hear things like the Xbox fans, and they're not hard on Microsoft, and they don't critique enough. And when we have our conversations, I was like, they must don't talk to you, Travis, because you critique them, and you bring out the flaws, and you bring out the praises as well. But
I mean, I hate to be passionate about it like that, but like I use the stuff daily. Like I have the 2 Xbox Ones in my house. I am never more than maybe 30 feet away, and because I work from home, I'm never 30 feet away from an Xbox, and so I use it all the time. And so I get passionate about it, right? But it's I
mean, that's what we're supposed to. We're gamers. We all don't have the same views. That's why I had to make that point. I mean, there is no issue. I'm not mad, Travis. I mean, this is a debate show. We're supposed to disagree. That's the beauty of it. I mean, this is what the people in the chat, man. No one's angry. We're not upset. We go back and forth. We debate. This is double XP. We set shit on fire in here.
Now, I will say I'm looking at the chat right now, and somebody just brought up Game Pass. Now, that is a feature, right, which I will never use, that I am fully willing to admit that they kicked ass on, right? I'm never going to go back and play NBA 2K16 or any of the other games in that collection. But the fact that they made that is cool. That is a cool feature. So thank you, the chat room, for calling me on that, because I did forget about Game Pass.
All right.
Yeah, the Game Pass.
They just added Record DE, so
you can tell.
I can't go there.
Real quick. This is my 2 cents. You can tell this is an Xbox show because we talk about features instead of games.
But the very first thing we said was games are the most important thing. The first thing we said was games are the most important thing. But we talking features.
This show ain't got no games.
Okay, if it was all about games, then you'll be on PC, Nickodemus.
I knew Nick was going to come.
Since Nick is on his pony period, like Mamacita likes to say, let's talk about the PS Plus games for this month. We saw what Games with Gold was, and it was a bit underwhelming, in my opinion. But the PlayStation Plus games that are coming September, to me, Infamous Second Son alone makes it a much better month. So this is like 2 or 3 months in a row that PlayStation has found, or I guess, are listening to the fans saying, "Hey, we sick of this indie crap that no one wants to play."
Hold on, what the freak?
There was a shot at you, Nick.
What's this disrespect coming from? What the hell?
The indie crap?
Indie crap.
No, listen, that's not my words. If you go into the last few months, not the last few months, before the last few months, if you go into the comment section, listen to these PlayStation fans. They always say, "What's this indie POS? We took an indie games," but now I guess they're listening because the last few months we're getting bigger and better titles. Yeah. So number
4 or 5 months. I think they started with what was it? Tales from the Borderlands and Drawn to Death that week. I think that was like 3 months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
3 or 4. We got Abzu 1 month, Killing Floor 2 1 month, Life is Strange, and then last month, y'all know we got Just Cause and Assassin's Creed.
So what do you guys think about PlayStation pretty much really stepping it up for Plus this month? Let's start with you, Andrew. What do you think about the PlayStation September versus Games with Gold September?
Well, I haven't really done anything with Games for Gold, so I don't know exactly what's going on there, but I definitely want to mention that there was an update on that post. The games on the bottom tier were removed. The Monster Jam, Hustle Kings, Hue, Crevita, and Skyforce were all crossed off in that post on the PlayStation blog. Infamous Second Son I have not played, but I'm definitely excited to play that. And September is going to be an interesting month because Destiny's right around the corner, September 6th. So I'm going to be really involved and swimming in that pool of Destiny stuff for the next year and a half, 2, that kind of a thing. So that's going to be very interesting. November, you have November 3rd, you have Call of Duty. So there's games already that has my attention as we're approaching fall, winter. But Infamous Second Son, if anything, I'll probably check it out so I could say that, you know.
And just for reference, for PlayStation this month or next month, it is Infamous Second Son, Child of Light. For Xbox, it is Forza Motorsport 5 Game of the Year Edition. which you guys know how to feel about.
You said Child of Light. Where is that? Because I don't see it on the blog, on the PlayStation.
Yeah, I think
blog.
they changed that. It's a different game now.
Yeah, because it's
I think it's
Infamous Second Son, Strike Vector, EX.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Truck Racer, Handball 2016.
I watched the video with that. Okay, then my apologies.
No, they changed it because I think the Child of Light, that's in Europe.
Yeah, that's UK.
Yeah, so there's Handball 2016, We Are Doomed, and Hateful Boyfriend for PS Vita. So those are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I do say there is a gem in the Xbox Games will go next month, and that's auction free. A good indie game. Nick, there you go.
Wait a minute. September Xbox games are Forza Motorsport 5, auction free, Hydro Thunder Hurricane for the 360, and then Battlefield 3.
I think auction free.
I heard
auction free is it's a better game out of this.
So how is it Forza 5? How is it that not? And how? I mean, these aren't.
They're not bad.
Those aren't bad games.
No, I think the problem with Forza is that you get a new one every year. So I think that might not help.
If it had been Forza 6, I'd have been like, yo, okay, but Forza 5, I'm like,
Yeah, I can see that one because Forza 5 doesn't have rain, right? Like it was the first one on this gen. Like I can see where somebody might not be enthralled.
Yeah, but we keep thinking that games will go, and PlayStation Plus games are for those of us that buy every game and already have games. Tell me, the thing is, there aren't any games that comes out for Games for Go or PlayStation Plus maybe not PlayStation Plus because I haven't been buying as many third party or even first party games the past year or two. But there aren't any games on Xbox Live Gold that I haven't already had or have. So I'm not excited about any of the games because most of them, let's say the 360 games, I already have them.
Yeah,
so what are you going to give me that I don't already have? The hardcore gamer is going to own most of them anyway. So why are we on here riffing and ranting about the Games for Gold, the PlayStation Plus, when it isn't for us pretty much anyway? It's for those who don't buy those games, who don't play Forza, who don't play Forza, never have, and this would be their experience, their first Forza. That's what we get new stuff.
Like last month we got Slime Ratchet. Slime Ratchet was a new game. I thought that was dope. Newer, smaller titles. I want that better than something like Forza 5.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't have a problem with the indie games and stuff that be coming on PS Plus for free and stuff, because those are games that you probably are going to buy brand new anyway. Games. You know, they're games you're not going to buy really anyway. Most people ain't going to buy, so. You know, and most of them are actually pretty cool. Like they be thumbs down in these videos when they show them. Some of those games are really dope. You know what I'm saying?
I know when I saw Styx, Master of the Shadows.
Shoot, yeah, I scooped that up quick.
I played that game. I'm like, yo, this game is kind of dope.
Yeah.
I had never even heard of the game.
But everybody wants AAA for free. That's what it's all about, though.
I like it when we get AAA for free.
It's cool. It's cool.
I used to be in the habit of selling my games off, and so like honestly, Assassin's Creed, you know, like I ended up with Assassin's Creed, and now I'm going to end up with Forza 5 after selling it off or giving it away to a friend or something. So
I think that's the beauty of it. If you can get rid of a physical copy because you not have the digital copy now, why not? I think that's a beautiful thing.
I mean, honestly, Infamous Second Son, I mean, they're kind of late with that. I mean, I felt like, you know, games like Killzone, Infamous Second Son, Knack, all this stuff. I mean, it should have already been free by this time. I think they're a little late with
I don't think so. I think they let those games run
especially like freaking Killzone, like the launch games, that should have already been free.
I don't know, man. Like, I hate when people talk about PlayStation Plus and then they don't remember how big of a collection of games we already had before they even started PlayStation Plus, giving away the free games. So they had a lot more to choose from once they started giving away free games. And right now, I think they starting to kick it into high gear, giving us, well, not even just us, giving games, period, that some of us might not even try. And sometimes we're getting new games that are indies that are brand new.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like Fury. Fury was a great free game to get.
Yep.
Yeah, so I agree with that.
Sometimes we're getting games that we probably would have never bought in the store.
Exactly.
We're getting them for free. So I think that's a give and a take with both.
Hey, I just want Fable for free. I'll take that. Just any time. Like, don't rush or anything. Just give me Fable 3.
I'm kind of glad I got Until Dawn because I was like, oh, I want to buy it, and then I never bought it, and then they can plus. I'm like, cool, let me download that. I mean, I'm playing Just Cause 3 right now.
Do you like it?
It's not bad. I could tell why it didn't sell what it needed to.
Okay.
You can tell that by just cause too. That game was garbage.
Okay.
But I mean, for free, I can't complain.
Yeah.
I can't complain. It's a game.
I mean, not really.
I'm gonna get my trophy.
Also, my man Rico.
Well, I enjoyed the heck out of Infamous Second Son. I must say that was.
I never finished that game.
That was my first real dive into the Infamous series, and I had a lot of fun with that. I mean, I have to admit that First Light. I think the character, I enjoyed her character just a little bit more. He was just a little, but I enjoyed the game. It was a great game to play.
That was a little dry. He was a little dry.
Yeah, but it didn't take away from my experience with it. I had ball in that game.
I think First Light made people go back and play Infamous Second Son.
Mm-hmm.
I thought First Light was pretty doggone good. I need to finish it, but yeah.
Yeah.
KidSmoove says you all are on heroin because we're downplaying Forza 5.
I have to agree with him.
Back to playing the Xbox. Tell them to watch it back to playing the Xbox.
Because I don't get that either.
And this, he was joking around, but he said this podcast is supposed to be full of yes men, but he was playing around.
I'm about to ban KidSmoove. I'm gonna ban him.
KidSmoove an ad man. He gonna ban you.
Yeah.
KidSmoove wouldn't dare ban me. KidSmoove scared of sun and rattlesnakes. I'll bring it to him.
Before we wrap though, I got a question for everybody. What is everybody playing right now? I know everything is about to start ramping up for new games.
Sonic Mania,
Madden.
Fame, where you got Madden at? Let me find out. You got it on
the only place you're supposed to play Madden. Xbox.
See, this is biased shit right here. As soon as you talk about sports, my Sonic Mania just gets skipped over. We don't want to talk about that shit.
Nobody care about that.
Because I don't want to.
I hate y'all. Shut up. I'm putting myself on mute. Shut up. I'm done.
I heard Sonic Mania is good though. I heard it's real good.
I'm playing Planet Coaster and Mass Effect.
Not talking to you. I'm putting myself on mute.
Huh? Who are you talking to? He's not talking to who?
Mass Effect Andromeda.
Mass Effect Andromeda and Planet Coaster. I got eclectic taste.
He really put himself on mute.
Okay.
Can I unmute him?
But Planet Coaster is decent though.
It's a fool.
Hey, that's an infringement of my privacy, sir.
Oh, I was able to unmute you?
You Trump ass.
Shut up. You can talk again. Unmute.
Oh my God.
Beautiful.
No, what Travis? You say you playing Mass Effect Andromeda?
Yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda and Planet Coaster. Planet Coaster's on
How's
PC.
Mass Effect after they patched everything?
Andromeda, man. Oh, that's still buggy. It's still buggy, but yeah, I've got like some texture loading issues and some stability issues still. And I think maybe a couple weeks ago, last week, maybe they already came out and said that they're not updating the story anymore. I could be wrong on that.
I think they did say that. They're not going to release any DLC or anything.
Yeah, so the game, actually, the story, I thought, so far, what I've experienced, I've spent 80 hours with the game because I did all the side missions and stuff. I like the game. I like the game a lot. But it was my first Mass Effect game. So I don't have anything to compare it to.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
So
I've been just what I hear, y'all. I've been.
Andrew been getting going. Mamacita didn't get going.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let Andrew go.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden 3. I think you had mentioned Ninja Gaiden earlier, so you probably like Prophet of some sorts. But Ninja Gaiden 3.
Okay.
That is what I was playing just before we went live.
What's your favorite, Ninja Gaiden 3, 2, or the first one?
It's tough, man. I like them all, man. They all have a different flavor. But if I had to pick, Razor's Edge 3.
3? Okay, I'm gonna go with 2, man. I gotta go with 2. I spent so much time on that game. I'm just judging based on time and how hard like the bosses were for me, especially that last boss.
Yeah, 2 was dope. 2 was dope for sure.
So much time in that game, though.
2 for me as well.
Yeah, man. Bring back memories. I want another Ninja Gaiden, man.
I think Fame said Madden. And of course, me, Madden, and Just Cause
3. Well, guess what? Nickodemus and Crunk Girl. Guess what I completed last night that you guys still haven't. No, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
I still need to
Yes,
go
I
back.
did.
I'm proud of you. You a real PlayStation gamer, unlike Nick and Crunk.
And I have to say, the last 3 main quests did. I guess my feelings towards the game just improved with those last 3 quests. I mean, it was just absolutely just great, terrific. The story, all of that, it all came together. So it was my impressions of it just improved, and I'll just say that.
Are you going to get the expansion?
I am going to get the expansion. Yes.
I'm on pre-order. I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm going to get it.
I know you got it. I know you got it.
I'm a Horizon fanboy.
Past few months,
big time.
I also played Killing Floor 2 today on Xbox as it came out today. So I've been playing that, and of course it runs a lot smoother, Fame and Nickodemus, than it did, of course, when we played it on the PS4. Well, yeah, it does. Well, I mean, but we played, in all fairness, we played the initial release, I think. So they've patched it on PS4. They have. I believe they have.
They've been patching it since
we should do a game night soon and we
try it out.
But here's the thing, on Xbox, they have an integration with Mixer. So if you play that game and stream it on Mixer, you have to turn the feature on, of course. But your viewers can actually interact. They can like give you more ammo. I'm not sure. Someone said something about maybe them being able to spawn enemies or do something, but there are tabs that the viewers have, because Mixer has that interactive where Sparks, where people that are viewing can actually interact with the streamer. So they can actually they're integrated into the game and affect your gameplay and what you do. So they can give you ammo and they can do other things to make your game experiences either smoother, greater, or harder. So I'm just curious to see how that goes.
That's cool.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that the only game that does that so far?
That's the only game. That's the first game, Killing Floor 2 so far.
Yeah, I know.
That's really cool.
That's a cool feature. Here's another one of those features on the Xbox.
Features.
Okay.
Let Crunk finish.
PlayStation does that too.
Yeah, been doing that for a while.
PlayStation does what?
Several games
They interact with gaming, streaming. It does.
Yeah.
They do that.
They do what?
Only certain games though. It's not every game.
The interaction for streaming, and so they've been doing that for a while.
That you can actually affect. You can play along with the game. And they do that with what, on Twitch?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on Twitch.
Oh, they just making up stuff.
No, I'm serious.
You know what?
I'm serious.
Show me proof. Show me proof of that. Show me proof.
Hey, I don't want to take my answer, but
I'm gonna look it up, Mom. I'm gonna look it up.
For you guys who didn't hear earlier, the Patreon for the Inner Circle Games Network starts September 1st. One of the shows is we're doing 3 TiC at Night shows. One of the shows is Double XP After Dark, which is actually going to shoot right after this podcast ends. If you guys want access to this, which you guys will want access to that, you guys make sure you hit up that Patreon. Make sure you guys are on the level for the TiC at Night. We're going to get up out of here. I'm going to do these outros. We're going to start with my light-skinned brother from somebody else's mother, Nickodemus X.
Yo, yeah. It's been a pleasure. Had a great show tonight, as always. I love kicking it with you guys. Shout out to Travis and my man Andrew out here for joining us tonight. Really appreciate you guys coming on. It was a real joy having y'all on here debating, talking games with us. Much respect to the chat. Everybody hit that like button on the way out, and we appreciate everybody. Thanks.
Next up, we got my right-hand woman, Dirty Diana.
Oh, whatever. It's Mamacita, of course. And thanks for everybody in the chat room for keeping it live and keeping it real and keeping us in check. I appreciate that. But I also want to do just a special thanks to Andrew for, you've coming on and been willing to, we talked about, kind of doing some things and even offering to help me out with, what I'm trying to do, streaming and all that good stuff. So I want to say thank you for that. And Travis, we go way back. So, I want to double thank you for joining us tonight. And it's really good to podcast with you again. And actually, we need to do our little debates a little bit need to find a way to do that again because I used to have fun without debate shows. Kind of, well, I don't know if we really debated, but we had nice, heated professional discussions. But thank you. I appreciate you rolling with us tonight.
And then we got the girl who bought Madden on PlayStation because she dodged me on Xbox.
Oh, damn.
Crunk Girl.
I gotta hit you with the side eye. You don't want these hands, dog. I've been having fools crying all weekend. I've been having fools crying all weekend.
Because I like you, I will let you score.
Yo, don't have me break your heart out. Anyways.
Just saying.
Thanks for having me again as always. Shouts out to Andrew Travis. I've been knowing Andrew for a long time, like I said before. So, what's going on, man? Hopefully, you can come on again. You see, we wild on here, man.
I like it. But
yeah, man, it's all chill, man. At the end of the day. Anyways, make sure y'all check out shiattack.com. Hit me on Twitter at Crunk Girl. I forgot to say I beat Wolf Among Us last week too. That was a fantastic game.
Oh yeah, beautiful game.
Can't wait to get Wolf Among Us 2. So yeah, I'm ready to. I think I'm about to start Life is Strange because I know Life is Strange 2 is gonna come out.
That's come out tomorrow, doesn't it?
Tomorrow, I'm gonna start Life is Strange and then I'll beat Life is Strange 2 before the end of the year. I'm late. I'm always late. So yeah. But yeah, man, great podcast. Had an amazing time with everybody. So yeah, we out.
Next up, we got Travis, who I appreciate going back and forth with me. It's all love, my brother. But let people know where they can find you, my guy.
All right, I'm over at the-en.com. That's the N. Sorry, some bad branding on that one. But thanks for having me on. This is actually my first game-related related activity since I came back from an extended vacation over the summer. So I was thrilled and happy to spend it with you guys talking serious stuff and talk about games and arguing over my Xbox. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some hate mail by the time I log out of here. But just so you guys know, I use an iPad, so don't send me any viruses because they won't work. You got to try harder than that. But thanks for having me on.
Team Apple, baby.
Oh, that's my Travis.
Last but not least, we had on Michael Clark Duncan.
What the hell?
Wow.
Or Chocolate Rain. Andrew,
you guys are
where
funny,
can people
man.
find you, brother?
I definitely appreciate the invite, man, because it's very tough to allow somebody to come into your house. You know what I mean? And visiting someone else's platform is always appreciated. I'm at theshowradio.info. Once again, that's theshowradio.info. And I was just excited to be here, and I appreciate the opportunity for sure. Thanks, everybody.
Dope. Hey, if y'all want to hire that man, send him some money on PayPal. He probably be intro to something because that man killing it right. Movie phone guy killing the game right now. But this was episode 33 of the Double XP podcast. And I'm just gonna say this one more time. If you guys can't handle people having a difference of opinion, if you can't handle debate, sit your ass down somewhere else. Be out of here, y'all. Peace.
No.